Man, I don't know about you guys, but I'm freaking pumped for this upcoming week when it comes down to Bed Bath & Beyond stock. As you all know, this company is now, the stock is officially trading on the OTC markets. Last week was the first week of that, and let's just say it was a pretty eventful week. You guys can see the stock went from 4 cents all the way up to 15 cents. Then it pulled back a little bit on Friday and on Thursday down to about 10 cents. Then we tested that and ended up running into close up 33% on Friday. So, yeah, pretty eventful week. And in this video, we're going to do a quick breakdown of the charts. We're going to go over what I'm doing with my position. Am I looking to buy more? Am I looking to sell out and completely paper hand out of this thing? And we'll break down some insight here around their shares, the manipulation that's going on, and what could be coming here in the future. So if y'all find value, smash that like button, make sure to subscribe, and don't forget to get up to 15 stocks from Moomoo. Link down below. It is free money. And with that being said, cheers, guys. Let's dive right into the video. So again, pretty crazy week last week for Bed Bath & Beyond stock. It was the first week of OTC trading, and let's just say again, it was all over the place. We started off the week at around, let's see here, where was this thing? About 10 cents. It went down to about 8 cents the day after that. Then it went down to about 4.5 cents, and this was the crazy day, guys. You remember this, right? It went from 4.5 cents all the way up to about 10 cents on that day. That was a move of over 100%. You guys probably remember that, 130% to be exact. Then the next day, we ended up mooning all the way up to 15.5 cents. That was a move of well over 200%, 250% from where we were on the morning of the 3rd, where again, it was at 4.5 cents. Then we ended up pulling back on Thursday into close, but you guys can see we held a very big level of support, which was resistance at around 10 cents, and we held that on Friday as well, pretty much all day, and then we ended up ripping into close. You guys probably remember that. Bed Bath & Beyond stock went up 34% on Friday, and a lot of that gain came in the last couple of minutes, really in the last 20 minutes of trading. This thing went from 11.9 cents all the way up to 14.2 cents. That was an 18, 19, almost 20% move in the last 20 minutes of trading. So to me, guys, that looks like the bulls are here to play. Obviously, you know that. We'll talk more about the share manipulation here in a second. And it looks like to me that we're heading towards the highs now from the 4th, being Thursday. And honestly, guys, I would not be surprised if we were to take these highs out at some point this week, maybe even on Monday. I'm not even kidding. That's what I think. We're either going to test those highs or maybe even break out. And of course, guys, I'm not telling you to buy. I'm not telling you to sell. I'm not a financial advisor. I'm just breaking down my opinions here on this particular stock, and you got to realize it's very risky. It's very volatile, as I'm sure you guys know, and I'm personally in this with 1,300 shares right now. Not a crazy amount, I know, but I might consider adding more depending on how the price action looks this week, and my average cost is 41 cents. So I'm actually in a pretty decent position in my opinion. I know a lot of you guys, I was reading the Reddit thread like I do pretty much every day at this point. It's a lot of fun, guys. A lot of fun out there. I know a lot of you all have average costs of $1, maybe 90 cents, maybe a couple of you guys I was reading have probably a lot of you guys have average costs in $3 to $5 to $10 range. Which who knows? I mean that's probably a little I don't want to say unrealistic for us to get back to that point, or is it? I don't know. We might get a crazy short squeeze. We'll talk about that here in a second. But overall, there's a lot of you guys have average costs in many different price ranges. Some under $1, some between $1 to $5, some over $10 per share, which who knows, maybe we do get back to that level. I don't know. I'm not saying for sure, but if we do get this crazy squeeze that a lot of people are talking about, that is where this stock could be going. And of course, you all remember this used to be a $30 stock. At one point it was an $80 stock back in 2014-13, I believe, is where it hit the all-time high. Beginning of 2014 it hit $80, and that's it's a long way off from where we are now, but who knows what could happen, what the future holds here with Bed Bath & Beyond stock. So let me actually transition over here to the Safari tab and break down what is going on here. And mind you guys, this is the Reddit thread. Go join this Reddit thread, guys. Go follow along. This is very good stuff here, very good insight overall. So this list right here shows the equity security holders published by the company as BK Core Doc number 219, which we're not going to really talk about too much. Well, I guess we are, but we're not going to dive too deep into that document in this video. And it can be seen as in the screenshot above that 776 million shares show up as being held in the books of DTC, CD & Co. And you guys can see it right here. It's highlighted right here, $776 million or million shares rather of common stock that's on file from CD & Co. Fast account. You guys can see that if I come down a little bit more here. And however, let's see, where did I leave off there? As described in this post, and this keeps freaking out on me, guys, bear with me. Like I said, however, as described in this post, the actual number of outstanding shares is a lot less at 428 million, a little bit over that million shares outstanding. So what can account for this discrepancy? Well, basically, when shares are lent out and then sold short, there are duplicate entries for the same set of shares created in the books of DTC, one set for the original shareholder who lent out the shares, and another set for the new shareholders who bought the same set of shares sold short. And if any of the new shareholders who bought the above set of shares also choose to lend out their shares, this dilution in the number of shares held in DTC's books keeps on growing. So the above discrepancy in the number of shares held at DTC can be explained via the fact that the stock is massively shorted right now. And of course, we all know that the number of shares sold short is way more than the actual float, which is insane. However, as explained in this article cited in Huard's yada yada yada's post, there is legal precedent from the settlement awarded in a class action lawsuit filed by Dole Foods shareholders for fair allocation of buyout proceeds, where short sellers were put on the hook for coming up with the difference in proceeds per share resulting from the dilution that their short selling caused. This is specifically explained in the follow-it snippet from that article, which we're not really going to dive too deep into that, but the shorting result, let's take a quick glance at it. The shorting resulted in additional beneficial owners who received the merger consideration who fell within the technical language of the class definition and who could claim the settlement consideration, explained Vice Chancellor Laster. Meanwhile, the lenders of the shares, not knowing that the shares were lent, also could claim the settlement consideration. It is common practice for banks and broker-dealers to lend shares without the beneficial owner's knowledge. So yeah, guys, there's a huge discrepancy right now in the number of shares held at DTC, roughly 776 million, a little bit more than that, published yesterday in the BK Core Doc number 219, which maybe we'll talk more about that in another video, so make sure you guys subscribe, with the actual number of outstanding shares being 428 million. That can be explained by rampant shorting in the stock, and there's legal precedent from Dole Foods shareholders class action lawsuit where short sellers were put on the hook for paying out the difference in proceeds per share after buyout that the dilution resulting from their short selling caused. And of course, the above discrepancy shows that there are open short positions for 348 million shares, and if we shareholders diamond hand our shares, it can spark a MOAS, which you guys know means the mother of all squeezes. And in my opinion, not my opinion, but the original poster of this Reddit post here, as the short sellers get margin called to close out their short positions before the closing of potential merger and acquisition / buyout, which, guys, under Chapter 11 bankruptcy, now that they're restructuring, that could be in the cards. Maybe they do get bought out. Maybe they do merge with some other company, which could cause these short sellers to panic and then of course cover, which could then cause a massive squeeze, because at this point retail owns all the float, essentially, right? A lot of the float, at least. And there's so many naked shorts out there that they need all the shares they can get. Let's just put it that way. They need all the shares that they can get. So if we just hold on, well, that can spark a massive squeeze, is kind of what I'm getting from that. So what do you guys think? This is a pretty interesting piece of information that we just covered here, guys, in regards to the pure share manipulation that we're seeing with Bed Bath & Beyond stock and what could be going on here in the short term, which I do believe there is going to be more upside. Call me crazy, call me an idiot. I don't care. This is a speculative bet for me, guys, and I believe there will be some more upside in BBBY. And even if there isn't, even if it goes to 0, which is also possible, it is going to be fun tracking how it does, and of course covering it here on the YouTube channel. It is going to be a fun time, and at least I think it's fun. I don't know what you guys think. Let me know in the comments. I mean, do you own the stock? Do you plan on buying it? I'm not telling you to buy, and mind you, if you do buy, I would not buy with any amount of money that I'm willing to lose. If you want to put a speculative bet, I think that's a smarter way to do it. I'm not telling you to do anything at all, but if you were to do it, put a small amount of money in. That's what I'm doing, and I'm just holding on to my shares, and we'll see where it goes. Again, I'm in at 41 cents with 1,300 shares, and heck, I might buy some more shares this week. I might buy another 100 shares. Not 100 shares, $100 worth of shares, maybe another $500. We'll see. We'll see how it goes, guys. But overall, that's a quick update here on Bed Bath & Beyond. Let me know your thoughts down below in the comments, and don't forget to get up to 15 stocks for Moomoo. Link down below. It is free money. Once you guys open up an account, you get 1 free share of stock right off the bat, and once you fund your account with at least $100, you get 4 more stocks, totaling 5 stocks. And listen to this, guys. Once you fund your account with at least $1,000, you get 10 more stocks on top of the 4 stocks, on top of the 1 stock, totaling 15 free stocks, guys. So if you want to help out the channel and you want some free money, use that link down below for Moomoo. Check out the Patreon as well if you want. Check out the Webull link for 12 more stocks. And with that being said, cheers, guys. Good luck out there this week. I'm pumped. I'll see you later.